Hey people, welcome to the Wednesday live stream. It is 5:30 p.m. It is April the 24th. It is 15 degrees Celsius. Pretty nice day here in Toronto. And it is the 20th birthday of the very first ever YouTube video. Kind of cool. So I guess happy birthday to YouTube, as far as the day when the first video went up anyway. Hey, hello Brooke McLean, hello Marge, Carol Ellie, Kyle Walker, Toronto's doo-wop music guy, Vivian Johnson, hello Lee, Alan K, Saleida, Daniel, Craig O'Connor, Gertage is here, Dan Harmson, KG, Zach the Transit Enthusiast, hello Sebastian, Nina Sandoval, hello, hello Suzanne, I'm just sitting here on a bench in the quad at Toronto Metropolitan University. We're looking towards the CN Tower off in the distance. Hey, Navindat, John Nicholson, Michael Wynn, Hunter Stewart Hobbies. Yeah, 20 years of YouTube. Jasmine NYC, hello. Coleslaw. Devin Sullivan. Hello, Tiana. Bruce Baker. Perfect timing, right? This is just a really chill spot to just sit down and just take in the people as they meander by. You might have noticed I've changed up my streaming schedule. I didn't stream on Monday as I usually do. I think the weather was just too rainy and crappy on Monday, so I decided I'll wait. And Wednesday looked like a good day, and it turned out it was a good day. Hey, Carlito's Way. And I might try and squeeze in a few more streams by the end of the month, so at least for the next week or so, my streaming schedule might be a bit busier than it normally is. I guess we'll see. Weather, could affect that. Navindat, 350. Have a good stream, Ken. Enjoy all I do. Thank you very kindly. I'm glad you enjoy all I do, and the support is very much appreciated. Thank you, Navindat. Cheers, Navin. Thank you so much. Hey, Aaron Hockey, Outlaw Radio. I just heard a high-pitched scream coming from over there. I'm not sure what that was all about. You've been watching Lex? I'll have to check that out. I think I remember that show. I've seen it before, but I don't remember anyone who reminded me of myself. Maybe I'll have to take another look. I have my hoodie on over my t-shirt, yeah. I'll probably regret that. But I'll be streaming into the evening when it starts to get dark, so... Or maybe not totally dark, but it'll definitely start to cool off as I'm still streaming, I think. So maybe the hoodie will come in handy later. Because I think it doesn't get dark till after 8 o'clock now. So I don't know if I'll still be streaming then. I guess we'll see. Hey, Capelan, hello. Alex Oliveira, Janet Buddy, watching from South Florida. All right, I'm gonna get up. And we'll start walking the streets. Walking the streets of the big city. Hey, Wing Zero. Janice Pike. Let's walk across the grassy quad here. I don't think I've ever walked across this before. I've always just walked around it. Hey, Picard is here. Engage. Hello, Israel Morales. Have to contend with the sun. That's a good question. You should do some experiments about the pizza. Hey, quad mods. Brad Palmer, what is up?
Yeah, so you just finished, right? Yeah. What do you guys say after grad? No, like where? What are we
Oh, you're heading back tomorrow. All right. No, the day after tomorrow, right? I thought today was Thursday because usually I'm streaming on a Thursday, right? Not on a Wednesday. Back to Alberta. Bruce is heading back to Alberta. Hey, just Smitty. Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary of the first YouTube video, anyway. Some music coming from over there. Might have to mute the audio for a few minutes here, or maybe just a minute or so. Sorry about that, but this music is quite loud here. All right, we're back. Bunch of dudes have a microphone and an amp set up, and they're doing some rapping to like a backing track. They should just use their mouths, right? Do the beatboxing, that's way more cool. Girlfriend is a good rapper with a W. My mom is a good rapper with a W. Hey Neville, hello. Alright, we're gonna encounter Yonge Street here in a moment. I'm gonna keep heading west though. This will be a westbound walk, I think.
Yeah.
He makes a great
Hello, Ken Lan.
What Ali paid $200 earlier.
Sometimes you want to cross the street, but there's so many people in your way, they block you from making the light in time. Unless you just sort of run into them, which I'd rather not do. Alright, I'm going to take us up to Elm Street, and then we'll start heading west as I talk over the incessant Muzak here in the Muzak zone. This is like a thing that I've encountered countless times, as you all know. Yeah, Zanzibar seems to be open right now. Alright, not sure if I can go. I'm just going to go. These cars are waiting here. Sometimes you just got to make your move. I got my shades on as usual. No umbrella necessary today, thankfully. Usually you get the Brampton style pizza here. Tokyo, Toronto, what's the difference? They both start with T and end with O. Oh, cool. Quad mods in your old neighborhood. Looks like the patios are in action here now. Yes, it was, Alex. It was invented in Chatham, Ontario. Too bad, eh, Tiana? We have a Jasmine in the chat, right? Hey, hidden jackpots. Alright, I'll take us down to Dundas. Hey, Mike Landry in the house with a $3 super chat. Hello, Mike. Good to have you. Thank you so much for the support, Mike. Hope you're ready for a nice walk westward. Cheers, Mike Landry. Much appreciated. And Howard Charco, hello. Hopefully it's not too wild of a Wednesday. Hello, Madano. JZ71, I did indeed. More like a shearing, I sheared myself. Chris Mills, hello. Hello, crying hippie. Hopefully this stream will cheer you up. I have no idea, just Smitty. I haven't heard a single thing about that since it happened. I thought I saw the light on in that apartment a few nights ago, but I'm not sure if that means that they're back. Or maybe if a light was just left on and it's been on ever since. I have no idea. I haven't heard anything coming from down there though. So that's a good sign. Hello, ex-Pelta. Would like to sleep. What's up? Peter Bradfield. Hello, Sam. Fazella, hello. Lots of people popping in here. Hello to anyone who I might have missed. Wasn't on purpose. Hey, cold hard Toronto. Long time. Skywalking, hello. I'll let you know, cold hard Toronto, if I hear anything. But then you'd have me as a neighbor. I don't know if that's recommended or not. It's pretty bumping here on Dundas right now. Hello, Carl Roth. And Fat Tony. Greetings, Wesley. Digital Blade, hello. Are you asking me about Dundas Street, or is there a Kim in the chat that I didn't notice? If it was me, I don't know, probably Dundas Square, Chinatown. Two most obvious things, I guess. We're heading towards Chinatown, actually. Good job. Good job. I just saw Super pop in. Let me get across the street. Make sure I stand somewhere I'm not in the way. People will be like, why are you standing in the middle of the sidewalk there, joker? Aaron Hockey, $5. You're eating Vector cereal right now. So good. Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, I've been pretty hooked on it ever since I first tried it. I'm glad you enjoy it as well. Thank you very much, Aaron Hockey. Cheers to the super chat. Much appreciated. Hello to another Daniel. When am I going to the CN Tower? I'm not sure if I'll be going back this year. I did go, you know, a couple of years ago, twice. So you can find those videos on my channel. I both live streamed and did a pre-recorded video from the CN Tower.
You were like, no, I'm just done. And I was like, no.
Within two separate occasions. Hey, Bill Chow. Hey, thanks, Suzanne. Yeah, hit all the buttons. You know the drill. If you don't know the drill, well, that's the drill. Hit all the buttons. Like, share, subscribe, notification bell. It's all free. The only one that's not free is the join button to become a channel member. Well, that's something you could consider as an extra layer of support to the channel, with a couple of perks that come with that. Alright, we're continuing west on Dundas. Gotta watch out for errant cyclists on the sidewalk. You think that's crazy? Most people who live in Toronto don't go up in the tower much, to be honest, unless they're entertaining some friends or family from out of town or something like that. Matter of fact, when I went up in the tower a couple of years ago, that was the first time I'd done that in over 20 years. And the first time since I moved to Toronto. Costs $50, so it's not something you just do like at the drop of a hat, you know, like taking a walk or something. Hey, Peter Bradfield, $4.99. Pay tribute to Roy Orbison. Today's his birthday. Oh, it would have been 89. And Lee Majors, really the $6 million man. Geez, Joyce DeWitt. Lots of celebrity birthdays today. Yeah, I've enjoyed the work of all three of those people. Thank you very much, Peter Bradfield. Cheers, Peter. Thank you very much for the super. Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. Hello, Jennifer Haley. and Jefferson Rivas. McCall. Oh, you spoiled the show for everyone, Jay-Z. Yeah, I think Janet and Larry are the only two. Well, actually, no. I guess they're the only two original cast members that are still alive, because some other people came later, right? Like Terry and Cindy, they're still alive. I'm talking about Three's Company. But I think Larry was like on the show right near the beginning. So him and Janet are the only two still alive from that time period, I think. Hello, dog mama. I just recently re-watched Three's Company, like the whole show, because it's on Pluto TV on demand. So I just thought, I'm just gonna watch this old show from the beginning and see if it's still funny, you know, after all these years. And it was. I still enjoyed it. I pretty much remembered every episode almost word for word though, so I knew what was going to happen. But it was still fun to watch it all over again. Hey, Trojan Elk Explorer, what's up? Cactus Steve. I only watched the Roper spin-off when it actually was on the air, when it actually first aired, right? That's the only time I watched it. I was just a kid. Didn't last very long. Coming into Chinatown. I see a moose at the Lucky Charm Moose Village. Hey, PAG, hello. Hong Fat is coming up. Crikey. Crikey. Chinese Freemasons and Dart Coon Club. That's an odd mouthful to say. And I found Foot Town over there. Maybe I'll put that in the title of a future video. Exploring Foot Town in Toronto. Here's New Hong Fat. Not a fan of Foot Town? Hey, YouTube, happy birthday, happy 20th birthday, YouTube. If you get what I'm saying. Bill Chow has been a member for 13 months. He hung out in Chinatown a lot when he lived here. Thanks, Marge, for the heads up, and thank you, wow, for 13 months of membership, Bill Chow. As we walk through your old stomping grounds here. And Rob, $4.99. Thank you very kindly, Rob, from across the pond. I hope you are enjoying the walk so far and will continue to enjoy. Much appreciated, Rob. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is quite lovely in Toronto right now. If it was just a couple of degrees warmer, I'd have to take this hoodie off. I'm almost on the verge of taking it off as it is, actually. The more I walk, the warmer I feel. So I'm trying not to walk too fast to make sure I don't heat up. Try to stay a little on the cooler side here.
Yeah, it's good.
The best barbecue duck. I guess I'll never find out. But I'll take your word for it. I hear that, crikey. For some reason, Toronto is just one of those cities that people want to watch you walk around in, you know? Because I find that some other YouTubers that have left Toronto to go do content in some other major cities, like big cities, big, well-known cities, bigger than Toronto even. For some reason, those videos don't seem to get as much attention or as many people watching as the Toronto videos do. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. I guess it just has that certain something that yeah, I figured it was something like that, Bill. I just found it humorous the way it was worded on that sign. Hey, David Gibson, hello. Johnny said that before. Yeah, like he's done videos in huge Asian cities, Tokyo, Bangkok, you know, Saigon. Been to London and Paris. And for some strange reason, those videos don't do as well as his regular everyday Toronto videos for the most part. Even streets and neighborhoods he's walked around in dozens of times before, people just keep on watching, right? Seoul, yeah. And when I went to Vancouver and Montreal, it was the same sort of thing. Those cities just don't attract as much attention, I find, as Toronto does. My Vancouver videos did just okay, but not very good views overall. Montreal was a little better. Alex, yeah, I find that New York is another city that everyone wants to watch. That's why there are so many streamers in New York. Same with Toronto, right? I think Toronto and New York have more streamers and walktubers than any other city. Because they both have that similar thing going on where you're walking around, the streets are busy, you never know what's going to happen, you never know what you're going to see. It's sort of like big city vibe or people are drawn to, I guess. I'm not sure, just Smitty, I'm not sure. He's definitely been spending a lot of time in Vietnam though.
What are you doing?
Alright, we're walking along Dundas still. I think I'll stick to Dundas for the next little while. Just sort of walking past Kensington Market here on the right. Yeah, I don't see it when I'm streaming, Bill. I see it when I'm doing premieres though. But the Prism app that I use to stream doesn't show that. All it shows is Superchats and Superstickers, but it doesn't show new members or membership milestones or anything like that. Maybe they'll fix that in a future update. I just watched this show actually. It's having its second season air right now. It's on Crave. This guy was a YouTuber for a long time. Just Rain was his name on YouTube. It's like a comedy YouTube channel. So I used to watch his videos on YouTube for a long time, and then he sort of just left YouTube and he wasn't making any more videos for a long time, and everyone thought, what happened to Just Rain? And then he popped up on Crave with a TV show, which is sort of based on him, where he plays a YouTuber. Sort of plays like a version of himself, basically. It's pretty decent. Oh, neat. Funky Dung, hello. Yep, 20 years. Ugh, starting to feel a little too warm now, even with my slow walking. Well, it could mean that. I think it means a lot of things Carlito's way. Not necessarily just that one thing. Like maybe you don't find your ultimate career until late in life. You know, that could apply. You could say I'm a late bloomer then, considering how long it took me to be able to find something I enjoy doing for a living like this, right? I didn't enjoy any of my previous jobs I've ever had. You're going to be a late bloomer too, crikey? I just had a bunch of different jobs, you know, throughout my late teens into my, well, up until about a couple years ago, actually. Maybe a year and a half ago when I started doing this full-time on YouTube. They were just jobs that I just did because I needed, you know, I needed to earn an income, and they were never anything I enjoyed doing. I won't get into any specifics or anything, but I've talked about some of my past jobs from years ago. You know, the kind of jobs where you have to wake up at 6 a.m. and go downtown and do a bunch of dull, repetitive things, and then you go home and you're all tired and you sit in your chair and you nod off, and the next thing you know it's bedtime and you have to go to bed, and then you wake up and do it all over again. Those kind of jobs. Is that right, crikey? Hey, Jacques Pilon, hello. Yeah, this is the best job for me, anyway, that I've figured thus far. Yeah, that's true, Carl, that's true. Hey, PJME, wow, your birthplace. Toronto Western Hospital. Tiana, yeah, I mentioned that way back when I worked at Canadian Tire for a while in North Bay. That was before I ever moved to Toronto. I've worked in all sorts of different places. I was always trying to figure out what sort of thing I might enjoy, and I didn't enjoy any of them. Hello, Ladia W, watching from Hamilton. I went there, did some videos, did a live stream. Farhan, you just walked past me? You didn't say hi? Maybe next time? Alright, we're crossing Bathurst. So we're kind of heading out of downtown now. That girl acted like I was aiming a gun at her or something. Jeez. It's just a phone. It's just a phone on a stick.
Game. $10. It's probably like $60 in the store.
No thanks.
Not even out of the box.
He's trying to sell me a pack of movie card game. Movie card game package. I guess it's like a trivia thing or something. Alan K, $2. Happy hump day. Yeah, for once it's not Friday Eve, right? It's hump day this time. Thank you very kindly, Alan K, for the $2. Glad you could catch the stream on hump day / YouTube's 20th birthday. Cheers, Alan. Thank you very much. I wouldn't say that guy was a dingus. He was just a guy trying to make $10. He was offering to sell that for $10. I'm not sure where he got it from, but he was going to sell it for $10. Hey, Stephanie Jackson, what's up? Yeah, people should always keep their dog on a leash if they're not in a dog park, right? Your dog isn't special. I think some people think their dog is so well trained and so special that it doesn't need a leash. Hopefully they don't have to find out the hard way that their dog is not some super special gifted genius dog that will never act unpredictably or erratically. What's up, Randy Ruck? And Jenny, paying those late fees, $10. Happy birthday to YouTube as well. Thank you very much, Jenny. Glad you could roll on into the stream. Cheers, Jenny, and thank you for paying those late fees. Much appreciated. And Jillian Felix, hello. Lisa, what's up? I missed something about Lisa getting almost ran over. Oh, a woman with a non-leashed dog. Okay. Uh-oh, got a missing cat. Charlotte. Hopefully they find Charlotte. It is sad. I remember when I was a young lad, I had a cat that ran away, and it was quite distressing when it never came back. I think that guy thinks he stepped in something he shouldn't be stepping in, maybe. Or something that no one wants to step in. Hey, Mark M. Just looking through the chat here. I know I probably missed some chats here and there. Sorry about that. Did I try searching? Oh yeah, I looked all over the place for weeks. You know, I'd walk around the neighborhood shouting his name. In the evening, in the daytime. Hey, later hidden jackpots. And Mr. Adam's Apple's here now. Alright, we're going to be coming into Little Portugal. This is still the Trinity Bellwoods neighborhood, as they call it now here. Little Portugal is up ahead. Yeah, I think the time my cat ran away, he just wanted to go sow his wild oats, I think. And just be a stray cat. He wanted to do the stray cat strut permanently. This is a neat bookstore here, Little Ghosts it's called. Sort of a specialized bookstore. It has a little ghost. The sun is partially obscured by clouds, so it's a bit easier now to see where I'm going and see the chat. Earlier it was not that easy. Very spirited, yes. Hey, look, it's the weed streetcar. Everything you should know or not know about weed can be found on this streetcar. Weed and cars don't mix. Facts at cannabismadeclear.ca. Don't drive high. Very informative. Walk-ins welcome if you want a haircut. Walk-in. I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell, baby. Greg Hubers. What's up, Dynamics 416? I take it you recognize that. I was trying to fine-tune my impression of Christopher Walken a little while ago. I thought I had it, and then I tried it again later on and I lost it. It just doesn't come naturally to me. I have to sort of like really concentrate to try to get that tone right. Favorite Christopher Walken movie? Geez, I don't know. There's quite a lot of them. I remember one from like the 80s that really kind of messed me up a bit. It was called At Close Range. It also had Sean Penn in it. It was about like a crime family in a small town. He was like terrifying in that movie. He was like the boss, the crime boss.
It's kind of similar.
Was he, Jenny? I'm not sure. I don't think I ever saw A View to a Kill. I haven't watched all the James Bond movies. So he was? Okay. Yeah, I have yet to see that one. My James Bond movie viewing is quite spotty. I just tend to watch a movie here, a movie there, sometimes years apart or decades apart even. So I've definitely not seen all of them. Most of them I have seen are from like way back when. I haven't seen any of the more modern ones. Like I think the Pierce Brosnan era might have been the last time I was paying attention to the James Bond franchise. I remember as a kid though going to see For Your Eyes Only, and I watched it more than once. I was surprised I was even able to watch that movie at that age. So I kept going back to see it again. So I remember in the opening credits, you could sort of make out the form of a nude woman. So me and my friend, or my cousin, I think it was at the time, kept going back. We're like, whoa, we got to see that again. Hey, hello. Hello there.
And never like to not see him anymore.
Hey, Kramer. Can you blame me? I was just a kid. All right, we're at Ossington. So welcome to Little Portugal. Got the Ossington Strip going down there. Get my gimbal to act properly here. Alright. Gimbal doesn't want to cooperate. Hey, Famous Master 2000. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. We are walking along Dundas Street, you little Portugal. There's a record store, Battle Records. Here Comes Summer, 20 greatest hits from K-Tel. You gotta love it, man. All these awesome old school summer songs here. And for Easter, there's music playing inside. Otherwise, I'd go in and take a look, but record stores always have music playing inside. Remember those TV commercials for K-Tel? Thanks, Jenny. District 9. Haven't noticed that before. Got more Easter here. Easter's over now. Yeah, all those songs were good on that little compilation. Get you in the summer mood. I like that when it goes bum 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 bum. In the summertime, da-da-da-da-da-do. I don't know the words, I'll just make them up. Kind of a neat mural here. Not sure what that person is doing, but what's with the big rooster there? I was going to use another word other than rooster, but I thought I'd just go with rooster. By Poser. Thanks, Lisa. Got more over there. Got a laneway here. You know them all. Lisa knows them all. It's Mexican street food. This looks good. All you can eat on Thursday. Well,
yeah,
well, well. I might.
You're pretty good on Thursdays.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Another intriguing alleyway. Where does this go? Viv just gifted 5 memberships. Holy moly. Thank you, Marge, and big thanks to Vivian for gifting 5 new memberships. That is amazing. Welcome to the 5 new members. I'll see who you are later. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me on the chat here. Wow, thank you very kindly, Vivian. And once again, thanks and welcome to the 5 new members. Hey, Robert Sprite. Greetings, Funny Dog. We got over 300 viewers here. Whoever lives here must be very, very fancy. Ooh, a company retreat in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Are you going to take some photos in the old town? That's a very historic and beautiful little town. I'm sure you've probably been there before. I haven't actually been there before, but I've seen it a bunch of times in videos and live streams. So the new members are Lorraine McLean, Warwalker, Not a Bot, Finder Palace, and Greg Hubers. All right. Some of you have been members before, I remember, but I think a couple of those are brand new members, so welcome. And welcome back to those who are rejoining, courtesy of Vivian. Yeah, you might be able to get a good look at the Toronto skyline depending on the weather, right? You can see right across the lake on a clear day and see the skyline. It looks ginormous from that perspective. And right across the Niagara River is Fort Niagara in New York State. Hey, Swedish Sherry's, hello. Mr. Adam's Apple. It's kind of cool that a lot of people in New York State who live near the Lake Ontario shore, kind of across from Toronto, can just be living in the US. And if they look out at the lake, they can see the Toronto skyline sometimes. It must sort of be like beckoning to them, like a magical land of Oz or something, you know? So yes, you can see Toronto from New York, basically, which is kind of neat. Hey, Christos, hello. I don't think you can see it from Rochester though, Lisa. I think Rochester is a bit too far east of Toronto. You can see across to Ontario, but not the Toronto skyline though. Swedish Sherry is $9.99 super sticker. Wow, thank you very much for the generous support, Swedish Sherry's. Cheers, very much appreciated. Thank you. right, here's some more art, Lisa. And one funny little thing is you can't see Buffalo from Toronto or vice versa. But if you go up in the Skyline Tower in Niagara Falls, Ontario, you can see both Buffalo and Toronto depending on which way you're looking, right? So you can see both skylines from the Skyline in Niagara Falls, Ontario, looking in opposite directions. That's kind of cool. Well, something for Lisa to do some research on. Who did that piece? Yeah, I've been up in the Skyline, although it was many, many years ago. I was just a youngster. And I imagine some of those taller hotel buildings in Niagara Falls, you can also see both skylines, because some of those hotels are just as tall as the Skyline, if not taller now.
He's 5. 5. We're 2. Her name is Riley. What's his name?
Hey, Bruce Inch. Hello. And Devin Sullivan. So we're still walking through Little Portugal. It goes on for quite a distance here on Dundas. Crybaby Gallery. Not to be confused with Cry Baby Cry, Make Your Mother Sigh. Come back, Banksy. I'll let this car go. Crossing a Dufferin. Whoa, check out all those tall buildings up there now. I just walked past those on my 420 video. You can see those things from all over the place. Mods and rockers unite at Solagogo. That's pretty cool. Tell me, are you a mod or a rocker? I'm a mocker. That was quite the scene back then, the mods versus the rockers in the UK, right? They used to have big brawls in the streets. You wear different clothes than me and like different music. We must battle. Did you ever see the movie Quadrophenia? The Who? Diane Brighton says, yup. Hey, Jellybean, hello. the who were mods who rocked, right? Yeah, they definitely got sort of adopted by the mods in the early days anyway. Kind of funny how all the mods wore those parkas. They all wore parkas for some reason when they rode around on their Vespas or whatever. They all had the exact same little uniform on. Not like big heavy parkas like, you know, we see here, just a lighter version of a parka. It's kind of a neat view now looking down here. Hello Pamela, how you doing? Yeah, there's always a new view, right? Just give things a few months and a building will suddenly be there that wasn't there before. Hey, welcome back, Bruce. And if you're just joining, we're on Dundas Street walking through Little Portugal. We started downtown at the TMU campus. But I quickly made my way onto Dundas, and we've been walking along Dundas starting from Little Tokyo. And Dundas Street just goes on and on and on, and it's pretty interesting for most of the way, actually. This is sort of like a landmark in Little Portugal here. Dinner and dancing, 69 bucks. 3-course dinner, live band. Dance lessons even, wow. 69, dude. Here's a pizza joint. Never noticed this one before. Seems like a neat place here too. Oh, cool, Lisa. Mama's Liquor and Lounge. There's lots of neat little spots all along here, right? Just little like hole in the wall kind of places that are all comfy and cozy inside. Well, hello there. Nice meeting you. Yeah, couldn't help but notice that one. There's events coming up here. Look at all these. Are these like DJs? Or are they live bands? I'm not sure. Maybe a bit of both. shows. There's a bunch of venues all along this stretch here where you can catch shows and that sort of thing. Live bands. Hey, Jake Eves. The countdown is on. Is that the place that used to just say hamburger on it? But they took it off. Now it's something else, I think. Used to just have the word hamburger written on it like a big magic marker, it looked like. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Bill. It just goes from one neat area to the next. It's a snake. It's a snake. And whatever that is. A flamingo? Does Barrie have a friendly rivalry with Aurelia still? That's a good question. Barrie has gotten so much bigger than Aurelia now. They used to be more close in size. Because Aurelia hasn't really grown that much over the years. It's grown a little bit, but it's still only got about 30,000 people. Whereas Barrie ballooned into this much, much bigger place. This reminds me of G-Force. Anyone remember G-Force? Transmute. There's another one in there. It's Margaretta Street. Once upon a time, Megan lived on this street before she moved back to Guelph. A few blocks down there. Yeah, lots of birds, right? You remember G-Force? I loved that show when I was a kid. Mark, Jason, Princess Tiny, and Keop. Battle of the Planets. With 7 Zark 7 and 1 Rover 1. And the evil Zoltar from the planet Spectra. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Alright, I'm getting carried away now. Jelly Bean! Thank you for distracting me from the memories of G-Force and Battle of the Planets. $20. Holy Moses. Happy birthday, YouTube, and sorry you're late. No worries, you paid that late fee, so all is forgiven. Thank you very kindly. Cheers, Jelly Bean. Wow, it was a 20 bucks, and yeah, happy birthday to YouTube. 20 bucks for 20 years, I guess. Maybe that was the plan. Cat Stevens, do you remember Battle of the Planets? Yeah, not Zoltar. Zoltar always wore this like headpiece, whatever you call it, like he always covered up his face basically and his hair. And there was one episode where his face was revealed. Someone tore off his head covering, and Zoltar was either a man with very long blonde flowing hair or a woman. It wasn't really clear to me when I was a kid. I was like, is Zoltar a woman? Anyway. It was a big deal at the time. Has John O'Meara not popped in yet? There's Lansdowne Avenue. You like this corner? There's a pizza place on the corner. Got more art over here. Who's that guy? Kind of a rugged looking individual. Hey, Pat 75. I know, right? How is that even possible 20 years already? Alright, we're leaving Little Portugal. We're going to keep on keeping on though on Dundas Street. I see some sort of mural way down there. Way down there. Let me get across here before these cars start honking at me. I do have a green light though, so they can wait. Hey, John Ronald, hello. There goes a go. Some Canada geese. Lisa. In a few moments I might start to smell the chocolate from the Nestle factory over here. The air will be thick with a chocolatey aroma. Can't always smell it though, it depends on which way the wind is blowing. Take you down by the Nestle factory and the Museum of Contemporary Art, Sterling Road. I've walked through here not too long ago in another live stream, and I really smelled the chocolate big time then. I don't really smell it right now. Too bad. No chocolatey goodness for me, I guess. Here's the West Toronto rail path. Is this reopened? I thought they were working on it and it was partially closed. Ex-Pelta, right? Let's go jump in a big vat of chocolate. Liquid chocolate. A piece of me will end up in your Kit Kat bar. Break me off a piece of that Ken Continuum bar. Comes a train. The train, the train. I think it's an up express train. Those new buildings over there again. Devon, right? I used to enjoy watching that show. Oh, very cool, Jake. I'm not sure what they call this part of Dundas Street. I don't know if it has a very solid identity. It's just sort of here. It's close to Roncesvalles, but it's not really part of Roncesvalles. It's close to the Junction, but it's not really in the Junction either. Yeah, I try to keep my streams drama-free. Because I ain't got no time for that. If I can get my words to come out properly. Parkdale-ish? Yeah, I guess so, but it doesn't really feel like it's part of Parkdale either. It's like its own little pocket of whatever. There's no like banners telling you, you know, the name of a neighborhood or BIA or anything. Well, Pat's going to be disappointed with the lack of drama. I can invent some drama, I guess. Hey, you on the bike? Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me, guy on the bike? Come here to my face and look at me like that, guy on the bike. Come on, man, come on. Oh, you're running away, eh? Oh, what a chicken. Haha, chicken. There we go. I told him. That guy turned his back to me. Did you see that? He turned his back to me when he walked past me. I ought to give him a piece of my mind. This person's ignoring me. Yeah, just go ahead and ignore me like that. Why I oughta. Marty McFly ain't got nothing on me. This is kind of a neat view up here. Morrow Avenue. Looks like a dead end. I don't see a dead end sign, but might just loop around. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet, Jenny. Who's John Bon Zombie? Oh, hello, John Bon Zombie. I didn't see you come in. We're on Dundas now. I guess Lisa already said that. Hey, I found the coffee shop. You found us. All right. But you don't look open. Coffee shop of the year for the West End. But you closed now. $20, eh, John Bon Zombie? That's as long as YouTube has been around. Oh, thanks for pointing that out then, Lisa. Well, this is neat. Clay with Me Pottery Studio. They made this. That's very neat. See, it's all like individual little pieces here. Hey, later, Devin Sullivan. Derek C. See, now it's starting to feel a bit cooler, so now my hoodie actually feels right. Kind of glad I have it now. This building sort of dominates the block here. I think this is an old factory. What that was. A bike shop. Wonder if they just bought those bikes. She looked a little shaky there when she was rolling along. Here's a dollar shop. Everything $1. I wonder if that's still true. Is that still the case? I would like to know. Sounds like the title of an old song. Everything is a story that has yet to be told. Everything is a story. You gotta watch it unfold. That's right, I just made that up on the spot. Alright, there's where Roncesvalles Avenue begins if you go south down here. But Dundas continues, it curves around here. So we're still on Dundas. Yeah, my late blooming career is walk tubing for now, but maybe at another time in the future it'll be being a lounge singer. I found my true calling. Pizza Nova made their own nice art on the side of their building here. Ken the singing YouTuber. I guess I already do that a little bit. Pizza, 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 Pizza Nova. Kind of weird how this big boxy Loblaws is here. This big parking lot. Big LCBO. But it's like all mostly dense urban development all around it. Old dense urban development. I think this will all be redeveloped though. The plans are to replace all this with a whole bunch of tall residential towers. And you can see the tower. Get to the tower. We're far away from the tower now. Kind of neat. Kind of a busy parking lot here. Hey, BBQ with Neil. Lots of open space here. Doesn't quite fit in with the neighborhood in my opinion. I mean, it's handy to have like a grocery store and an LCBO there, but I'm sure they could have those things in a much sort of better urbanized development, right? Hidden jackpots, $2. Loving the street art. Hey, thank you. Yeah, me too. I'm trying to take it in as much as I can. And then Lisa can tell us what it is. Thank you very kindly for the super chat. Hidden jackpots. Much appreciated. Thank you. Hey, we've been streaming for over 2 hours already. Here we are at the Crossways. Jelly Bean had to flee the Crossways. I've heard some not so awesome stories about living here from some ex-tenants, but I don't know if that's the case for everybody. I kind of like the buildings though. I mean, they're just big, plain looking towers, but they have a bit of style to them, I think. And I like how they don't have balconies sticking out all over the place. And they used to really dominate this part of the city. They still do to some extent. Corner of Bloor and Dundas. Yeah, I was thinking about it, Lisa. I was just sort of trying to decide if I should go along Bloor or keep going on Dundas. I think I'll keep going on Dundas. We might as well check out that bridge. Check out the view. There's a cool view from on there. Hey, Slack Wolf Vampiro, hello. There's quite the weird mix of aromas around here. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. I don't think it's coming from the McDonald's. It's a food aroma, so. But where? Where's it coming from? The Review Cinema is south, down on Roncesvalles. Follow my nose. I think it's going away. I think it was coming from the Crossways somewhere. Maybe it was coming from a window. Somebody has their window open. Maybe they're cooking. I don't know. Or maybe it's coming from here. Is this it? Is this what I... No, this isn't open yet. Okay. But a new pizza place coming soon. Coming from Fantasy Kitchen Pizza, Burgers, and Wraps. Or Jenny's next door. Hey, Jenny. It's Jenny's. I have no idea. where it's coming from. Neighborhood Freshco grocery store. For those who boycott Loblaws, you can always come to a Freshco if you live around here. She looked like she was from the 1960s. Kind of dug it, dug the look. Looks like a bunch of new tall buildings are proposed for this location. Kind of neat looking shapes to these buildings, at least. Replace some of this big parking, sort of like the other parking lot we saw earlier where the Loblaws was. Nice Howard Charco, your old hood here. Across the street. Well, take it all in. Take a walk down memory lane. And while you're at it, take a walk on the wild side. Tiana, $1.49 super sticker. Thank you very kindly, Tiana. Hope you've been enjoying the walk. I'll just assume that you have been. Cheers, Tiana. Thank you very much. Don't shave my legs, yeah. I definitely won't be doing that. I think this row of old storefronts is proposed to be demolished and replaced with a taller residential building. Look at this, Blondie's Pizza is completely covered with art. They have good pizza. They have locations all around town. Thanks, Lisa.
Isn't this so scary when you find it and you like black out? Like it's like...
All right. Big stairs. Yeah, Debbie Harry is in there right now, rolling the pizza dough. Hey, Mitchell, yeah, we're on Dundas West. There's a GO train stopping at the station. Oh, that's awesome, Tiana. Maybe she'll do it. I think Megan recently posted a new video on her channel. Megan Sandor. It is a go, although it's stopping right now, it's not going. Holy moly, Felicity! I was just thinking about you a few minutes ago because I was contemplating whether or not to walk along Bloor Street, which goes past where you live. But I'm on Dundas here on that pedestrian bridge, kind of near the junction, so I'm still pretty close to where you live. There was another Up Express.
No, because I looked at the app and
April has been busy.
I saw like, oh, next one's with David.
Let's watch the go. The go is stopped. That doesn't seem right. Go! There it's going to go. The go is going to go. Hey, Rennie Moffat, hello. Hey, there it goes. It starts slow. It picks up speed though. It gets going pretty fast once it has a bit of space, you know, to reach its full speed. The stations are kind of close together through here. Pat, I think I remember those. I didn't live in Toronto back then though. That was way before I ever moved here. The go is gone. It goed, it stopped, it goed again. Now it's gone. Hello, Elvin. Welcome. Bloor Yorkville skyline. Hey, Scott Briggs. And those new buildings at Dufferin are kind of blocking the southern part of the skyline, but I guess now they're part of the skyline, just a much closer part of it, because those buildings aren't downtown right there. They're like way west of downtown. Those ones are far away, far away. Ronnie 81, hello. Got Pat 75, we got Ronnie 81. I guess I'm Ken 69. I think I win. Ken 69, dude. Hello, show stars. Nice. Felicity gets it. Felicity gets it. You're not going to go there, Rob? You make out the financial district. Let me have to go over here to this side to see. Not really. You can make out like part of Brookfield Place, the new CIBC Square 2 building, the TD Terrace. But you can't make out the main, most well-known buildings in the financial district, like First Canadian Place or Scotia Plaza or the TD Towers. The original TD Towers, that is. But you can see the tower. The tower. All right, I'm going to go back down. I'll take us to the 2-hour and 30-minute mark, which seems to be the typical length of my streams of late for some reason. I've got some cool art right ahead here. I have an idea, I think, for a video or two that I can do since I'm around here. I'm glad I brought my camera. And there's still some light, although I'll probably lose the light as I'm recording. Might as well, right, Pat? Might as well. Stream the video idea. Well, I could do that, but I think I'd like to get a couple of pre-recorded videos in the bank. Since I'm in a part of town I don't come to all that often. I find a lot of my pre-recorded videos are obviously around downtown. So I like to try and do some of those away from the core. So this seems like a chance to do that. Hey, Psycha75, hello. This will be a long walk home. Yeah, I'm not going to walk home. I think I'll probably hop on the subway at Dundas West Station after I do my recording. Yeah, pretty much, Scott, pretty much. That's good, Scott. 90 minutes. That's nothing to sneeze at. Thank you, Vivian Johnson, for reminding people to do those things, because I usually don't mention them as often as I should probably. But by all means, do all those things that Vivian mentioned there. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Hit all the buttons, yada yada yada. The street is so busy here. I would like to cross. Good God. Where are all these people going? What are they doing? Get out of your cars. Take a walk, why don't you? Take a bike ride. Take the subway. Just keep on coming. Really, I just want to cross the street. Is this an impossible task or what? All right. All because I wanted to come here. I've shown this before, but you know, since I was in the neighborhood. There, future thumbnail. I'll try not to block my face with my finger. There we go. It's kind of hard to do when it's reversed like this. Of course, the car has to come. No, I've hit rock bottom. We can't have that. Happy birthday to YouTube. Hey, look at that. We're about to hit 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I guess that's my cue to start to wrap up the stream. And I'm almost at the beginning of my video I'll be recording right afterwards too, so this worked out well. So thank you everyone for joining me on a Wednesday evening for a change. Keep an eye out, I might be streaming in the next couple of days. I'd like to get in a few more streams before the end of the month, so my usual streaming pattern will be changed up a bit, so make sure you hit the notification bell if you haven't already done that, and subscribe and like and share, as I've already said before. Do all the things. And big thanks to everyone who joined in tonight. It was a lot of fun. Hope you all enjoyed it as well, and big thanks to the mods for being A+ top drawer all the way, and huge thanks to all those who sent support. Got a lot of generous super chats and super stickers tonight, and I'll check to see if any PayPals came in. I don't get notified when PayPals come in, but I always send a thank you when they do, so I'll check that after the stream. But yeah, everyone, awesome, thank you so much. So I'll be premiering a pre-recorded video tomorrow evening. Hope you can catch that around 7:15 p.m. It's a live chat during the premieres of the pre-recorded videos, so it's still fun to watch and chat. So I'll see you there. And yeah, I'm gonna record one of those pre-recorded videos right now. So have a good night, everyone. Until next time, I will continue. Thanks to all the channel members as well, including the 5 new channel members tonight, courtesy of Vivian. All right, thank you again, everyone. It was a lot of fun. I'll see you all in the next one. Yes, we will, Aaron Hockey. We will indeed.